Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Writer-director Nicholas Jarecki tackles the opioid epidemic in his new film, Crisis. It's now available to rent and purchase through on-demand platforms, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Nicholas Jarecki shares three different stories on how the opioid crisis has a damaging effect on those caught in its web of destruction. Gary Oldman plays a university professor who is testing the outcomes of an experimental non-addictive painkiller on lab rats. The results have been disastrous, a far cry from what the pharmaceutical company would like to see, as they would love to push it out on the market as fast as possible. We also have Evangeline Lilly's character, who's a former oxycodone addict, now in recovery herself, only to learn that her son has apparently died of an overdose. She'll stop at nothing to figure out how her innocent son got wrapped up in this dangerous world. The rest of the ensemble includes Luke Evans, Lily Rose Depp, Michelle Rodriguez, and Greg Kinnear. I felt the urgency early on, as Nicholas Jarecki knows that this is a vital problem that shouldn't be downplayed or seen as isolated instances. He opens the film with this young kid working as an opioid courier who's caught by the feds at the border. Jarecki keeps this pacing up throughout, knowing that his characters are at a crossroads, all racing against the drug itself. His multi-layered approach showcases the web of destruction that these drugs have, not only on the direct user, but the family, friends, big pharma, and really everyone in between. For certain characters, there's no going back, as their lives, jobs, and their reputations all fringe on being ruined. It's staggering to think of the messy control that it has over so many people. Crisis has some really strong performances with its leads. I was moved by Evangeline Lilly's performance as Claire. She aptly taps into the erratic behavior and the mindset of a former addict whose sober life revolves around her son. I could feel that pit of despair and deep loss when she gets that heartbreaking news. We then see that mother bear quality kick in, wanting answers, even if it means, risking her own life and her own sobriety along the way. Gary Oldman is always reliable at being the bond that holds a movie together. His honesty and presence keeps Crisis's conflict always at the forefront. His characters led a really complicated life with questionable decisions that have all brought him to this crossroads where he has to decide if he wants to be this whistleblower or just protect himself instead. I wasn't sure early on if I could trust him, but as the movie unfolds, he's really stuck between this rock and a hard place. Now, while there are elements of this movie that are fictional, don't mistake that for a crisis that doesn't need our attention. Nicholas Jarecki, who made the movie Arbitrage a few years ago, really explores this from many angles without getting stuck in a box, making this solely an addictions movie or a drug smuggling movie, as we've seen those stories many times before. I'm giving Crisis 3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. Now, I just want to caution you that Armie Hammer is in this movie. I purposely did not cover his performance, but I do want to make it known for those wanting to watch this. And you can make that own decision yourself. If you like my reviews today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got some other movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Crisis. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.